Hi, welcome to Cloud9 Yoga. I'm Claudia and it is absolutely great to have you with me here today. I have been wanting to record this kind of class for a while now, and with the spring equinox behind us and the days waking up, I thought it's probably a good time to gently ease you into movement in case the winter was just really long for you and you're just thinking to yourself, really need to move, but it's just so much effort. One more tip just here. I have never regretted moving. So if that's how you feel, just think about it. I'm just going to do a little bit. I'm going to ease myself gently, and then I'm sure I'm going to feel better. The aim of this practice is to just knock some of that dust off your joints, some of the dust off your mind that, is probably feeding you the information that you're just too tired to move. This practice is ideal for preparing you for meditation, or even preparing you for bed at the end of a long day. So just something to get you moving. We're going to visit not every joint, but we're going to visit most of the joints as we flow through, and it's very nice and quick. So you will need no props. That's the idea anyway, so you can do it anywhere at any time. But should you wish to get a couple of blocks or a strap, it might come handy. Blocks probably more so than a strap. So we're going to start in a hero pose, and that's the first place that you might need those blocks right underneath the backside. So get your props handy and meet me on the mat. So I have gone for my little blocks, and I just wanted to show you if you wanted to practice with this, because this pose is not comfortable for many of us. So if that's you, if you don't find comfort in here, just put a couple of blocks piled on top of each other right underneath your butt. And then with that little elevation, your knees should be happier, your ankles should be happier. If you don't need it, put it on the side. In this pose, we're going to see if we can take a couple of moments of just grounding. Settle in between the heels, let the heels spill slightly outwards, and then just pay attention to the alignment of your pelvis. Are you tilting the tailbone back and behind you? Are you kind of extending in that lower back? Can you tack it under? Can you lift from the front of the pelvis, from those little bony parts up here? Can you lift up towards the sky, hugging the navel ever so slightly? It's not a lot of effort, but you're just feeling that, it's coming in, your lower ribs are coming in, shoulders relaxed. Elbows are heavy, they're pulling your shoulders nice and down. Neck is nice and long, and there is a certain level of dignity in the way you hold your head. It's not necessarily pride. You're not putting your nose up, but you are just getting yourself into this place of easefulness and comfort with a level of belonging, and perhaps a level of acknowledgement of your own person being where you are. That sounded a bit heavy. Okay, let's tune into the breath. We're just going to take 3 mindful inhales, taking them slowly through the nose. I want you to open your mouth and exhale through open mouth. Whether your eyes are closed or open, take that exhale really full. See if you can feel the outer edges of your waist hugging in. Pause. Inhale through your nose. Nice and quiet. Open your mouth, exhale fully. Allow your waist to cinch in ever so slightly. Pause. Inhale through your nose. Last one like that. Really full inhale. Just to set you up for a really full exhale. Really, really full and long. Pause at the bottom and inhale through your nose. Fantastic. Let's come into all fours from here. And coming into all fours, I want you to spread your fingers nice and wide and put your wrist directly underneath your shoulders. Take your soft of the elbow and wrap it towards the front of the mat. Your knees are directly underneath your hips and hip distance apart. Your toes can be tucked. Actually, let's tuck the toes under and give those ankles a little extra to work on. So bring the toes a little bit closer towards the shins and pull the heels to the back. Feel the feet waking up and then come back and sit on your heels. Pushing the floor away around the spine ever so slightly here. Exhale fully. Soft of the elbows still to the sky. Take a breath in. As you exhale, come back to all fours. Untuck your feet, your toes, your feet. And then take your hips to the right and take your gaze over to the left. As you do so, press more so through the right hand, so we're not collapsing here in the shoulder, but we still staying nice and integral. And then take your hips back and to the left. Do the same thing on this side, really pushing the flow of the left hand, taking the soft of that elbow forward, staying mindful. Take your hips back and come back through center. Nice, then see if you can bring the big toes together and knees nice and wide and come back to seated on your heels. Relax your hands on your thighs and nice and soft, bring your chin to your chest. Imagine you rolling a spring roll, nice and close towards the chest. Lovely. Let's bring the left ear to the left shoulder. As you do so, see if you can lift the chin ever so slightly higher. Not forward, not towards the right shoulder, but just up towards the ceiling. So that left ear kind of rests on that left shoulder, but the left elbow is dragging the shoulder down. Nice, then bring the chin back to chest, rolling it back down through center. Bring the right ear to the right shoulder. One more time, lift the chin ever so slightly. Relax the right ear, relax the left shoulder away from the ear. When I say relax the right ear, I obviously meant the shoulder from the ear. All right, come back to center. Come back to upright, look forward. Imagine your nose is like a laser and you want to draw a big circle right in front of you. So take the nose up towards the sky. See if you can keep the back of the neck free of any wrinkles. And see if you can stop your shoulders moving with your nose. So take your nose to the right, take it down, take it to the left, and then take it up. Let's do 2 more circles this way. Really big and yet free of any wrinkles. One last circle to the right, shoulders away from the ear, stop at the top, take it to the left, down, right, and up. 2 more this way. One more time, relaxing the shoulders, hugging the lower ribs. Everything's working together. You're just getting big circles with that nose. Stop at the top. Bring your chin parallel to the floor. And then nice and easy, let's bring our hands into prayer. Interlace your hands and flip your palms forward. As you flip your palms forward, see if you can reach the palms slightly further forward without rounding the back. Hugging through those lower ribs. See if you can lift your shoulders as if you're saying, I don't know, without lifting your palms. So keep the palms where they are. Alternatively, if that's really uncomfortable for you, you can grab hold of one of those blocks and just hold the block right in between the hands. Do not squeeze with the fingers, just keeping the block right in between. All right, so we don't know. Right now we don't know. Then see if you can take the shoulders and zip them together like you're trying to squeeze pencil between the shoulder blades, but keep them high towards the ear, and then see if you can squeeze them down without moving the palms down. Squeeze them down, then let that pencil go. And wrap the shoulders around you, keeping them down, still down. Now see if you can say, I don't know, one more time. Take it to the back, hugging in those lower ribs, squeezing invisible pencil between the shoulder blades. Take the shoulder blades down, 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 down. Pull them forward. Nice, let's reverse this. So now keep them as far away from your ears as possible. Take the shoulder blades back. Squeeze them together, but keep them down. Now squeeze them up and squeeze them together. Nice. Now see if you can pull them forward, keeping them up, lower them down. Nice. One more time, just like this. Squeeze them behind you, squeezing them together, lift them up. You don't know. Then pull them forward and then pull them down. Fantastic. Relax your hands, shake those wrists a little bit, maybe even roll. In fact, let's ride a bike for a moment. So let's grab those bar handles, the handlebars. I do that all the time, actually. All right, now let's take the knuckles to the floor and then let's take the knuckles to the sky. Yesterday I was saying to my husband how we should go to Vegas and visit the Hoover Dam, or I said, or is it Dam Hoover? So you can write your answers in the comments below. All right, nice and soft. One more time, down and up, and then shake the wrists and relax. Lovely. Now bring your hands in front of you. I'm going to do a couple of cat-cows from here. Of course, if your knees are really unhappy at this point, you can always just come back to all fours where we've been before, stacking it nice and safely. Otherwise, come into this shape, bring the hands a little bit further forward, spread the fingers really wide and engage your fingertips. With the fingertips, you really want to be pressing the mat, either in all fours or in this place. Push the floor away. As you inhale, take your tailbone behind you. Pull the belly through the arms. With the hands, press the mat and pull the hands towards you, towards your body as you take your chest up. Look up, maybe chin up. Maybe even the bottom teeth on top of the top teeth, because it's sexy. And then round the back. Take the tailbone towards the front of the mat. Bring the chin to chest. Push the floor with the hands. Alright, let's pull one more time. Inhale into your cow. Whether you're in all fours or in here, let the heart radiate. Exhale, round the back and push the floor away from you. Nice, come back to neutral. Let's stick the left hand in the center, so right in between our hands. If you are in all fours, you can just take the right hand behind you and you're going to be twisting here. Otherwise, in here, left hand comes a little bit further forward. Take the right hand to the small of your back. With that right elbow, what I'd like you to do is allow that right elbow to pull slightly back, but take that shoulder with you. So it's not just the elbow, we're taking that shoulder with that elbow and we're creating a little bit more space on that right side. Nice. Now from here, what we're going to do is take a breath in, fill the lungs with some fresh prana. As you exhale, twist to the right. Nice. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths. As you inhale, I want you to think of inhaling into the right side of the rib cage. As you exhale, I want you to think of twisting through the left. Relaxing that right shoulder away from the ear. Take a breath into the right. Exhale through the left. One more like that. If you are in all fours, you're just in this place here. Trying to take that left hip slightly further up or back. As you exhale, let yourself empty your lungs and then unravel. Nice, bring the right hand to replace the left. Take the left hand behind you. Then with that left elbow, pull it back. Shoulders away from the ears and then twist to the left. And again, if you are in all fours, just try and stop yourself from collapsing into that right side of the hip. If you need to take it back a little bit, you're not twisting so much, that's perfectly fine too. So the right hip pulls back, but we're inhaling into the left side of the ribs and exhaling through the right, seeing if we can twist deeper. One more. And exhale. Empty your lungs, and then unravel. Fantastic. Now from here, let's see if we can just come back to all fours, and we're going to take care of some of our hips. So we're not going to come into much standing today, but just to stretch the legs out as the knees have been bent so much. Let's come into downward facing dog and just pedal the feet a little bit. Shake your head yes and no. Wag your tail. Nice. If this is too much for you, you can always just come into forearms, maybe interlacing the hands, finding comfort in here, although some of you will find that it's too tight for your shoulders. So wherever you are, just see if you can just stretch the back of the legs. Lovely. And we're going to come back to all fours. Returning to all fours, we're going to take a couple of circles with our hips. Let's start with the left hip just because it's the one that you can see from my side. Take the left knee into the midline. As you take the left knee into the midline, right knee. I meant right knee. The right knee into the midline. Let's take the left leg out towards the side. Imagine you're just like a peeing dog against like a fire hydrant. And then take the left knee to the left elbow underneath you. Take it back, kick the sole of the left foot to the sky and then open it up. Let's do it 2 more times this way. Pausing at that top for a moment, just feeling that hamstring working, opening it up. Again, try not to lean too much to the right. One last time this direction. Pause at the top and now let's take it down towards the chest, towards the left armpit and to the back, pausing on top. 2 more this way. See if you can really minimize the turning through the lower back. Last one. To the side, to the back. Shine a foot to the floor and release. Nice. Keep that right knee exactly where it is. And before we do all this on the other side, let's take the left knee and bring it in between the fingers, between the thumbs. Take the left foot to the outside of the right knee And then come into Gomukhasana legs. Take your right foot to the left foot to the right, and a few times just send your hips back and forth. Nice. You can let that left knee lift the floor as you're sending your hips back. And last one. Now from here, let's see if we can let those hips touch the ground. And again, if this is really too much for you, feel free to have those 2 blocks handy. Really good idea to just stack them one on top of another and let the butt rest on them as you go backwards. So much easier, right? Might need a little wiggle. All right, wherever you are. 1 block, 2 blocks, no blocks. Let's find a little moment of peace in here. Bring your hands to the soles of the feet, perhaps with your thumbs. Just give yourself a little massage of the sole of the foot. It's nice, right? I mean, how many times during the day do you get the chance to do that? So maybe close your eyes and really tune in where it is that your foot needs it. All right, let's take 2 more breaths in here. And if you're like, oh, my feet need some TLC, then you know the summer season is around the corner. We're going to be wearing those sandals. Get yourself into a new routine for summer. All right, let's take care of some of our arms one more time. Bring your hands in front of you, nice and long. Separate those shoulder blades away from the spine. Let's take the left arm up towards the sky, bend that elbow and bring the right hand to that left elbow. Pull that elbow closer towards you. Nice. 1 more breath in here. Notice, for me, I know exactly that I've started extending in the spine. The front ribs are poking out. So as I exhale, I try to lift from the back of the ribs up to the sky. And then see if you can do a side body stretch. So take your right elbow towards the ground. You're still holding onto that left elbow with the right hand. Breathe into that left side of the body. Exhale, unravel. Bring your hands behind you, interlace. Perhaps the right thumb on top, maybe the left one. Just memorize which one it is. Take your knuckles out and away. One more time, notice if the front ribs poking forward. Hug them in. Lift the gaze up. Pull the knuckles away from the body. As you exhale, see if you can come into a little forward fold. Doesn't matter how low you go, see if you can keep the knuckles away. Lift the armpits away from the ears. 1 more breath in here. And then nice and soft, relax, unravel. Let's come and do this on the other side. I'm going to rotate to come to all 4 so you can see the right side. Nice. All right, so let's bring the left knee into the midline and let's bring the right knee into that peeing dog scenario. Again, try your best so that the whole body does not travel into the left as you do this, keeping both elbows nice and straight. Let's take it towards that right armpit or right elbow. Tuck it underneath you, keep it nice and close, send it back. Sole of the foot shines to the sky. Try not to collapse in your lower back, hug in those lower ribs. Open up to a peeing dog, bring it to the elbow 1 more time, or 2 more times in fact. Hug it under, take it back, pause. Open up, nice and soft. Big circles, nice. Lift it up, and now come into the midline. Open up, take it to peeing dog, take it back, open the sole of the foot to the sky. Take it under, open up, and swivel back. Nice, 1 last time. Take it under, open up, swivel back, open up. Fabulous. And now from here, let's bring that right knee in towards the thumbs. Take that right foot over towards the outside of the left leg, and then bring your knees to touch. Take your left foot to the right, right foot to the left, and a few times just send your hips back. I don't mind how quick you move through here. That energy level will completely depend on you and what kind of day you had, or what kind of day you want to have, depending on what time of day you're doing this practice. All right, when you're ready, we're going to set those hips back. Remember, you can always put those blocks underneath you. And if you need to take those feet a little wider, just take a moment and adjust. Now again, you can give yourself a little rub, maybe focusing on the toes, Maybe even interlacing your fingers between your toes, noticing how tight they feel. Nice. Flexing, pointing, just taking the time to explore our little feet, or as in my case, big feet. All right, hugging through the lower ribs, try not to extend, and then nice and soft, we're going to come back for half Gomukhasana arms. So bring your arms towards the front, hug in through those lower ribs, right arm goes up, bend the elbow, left hand to that right elbow, pull it close to your head. Don't go crazy. If you pull it here and you're like, I can't breathe, I don't like this, then listen, take your time and create some space first. All right, now we're going to take it to a side body stretch. Take your, left elbow towards the right foot. Nice. One more time. Notice if you're extending in the back, so just hug it in and just allow yourself to just go for that side body stretch. Lovely. One more breath. And unravel. Whew. Beautiful. Now from here, interlace your hands behind, perhaps the opposite thumb on top. Take your knuckles far, hug in the ribs, and come in for that forward fold. Whew. And if your hips are screaming at you, you can always just unravel. I should have said that on the previous side, but first thing to go would be that bottom leg. So on this side is the left leg, earlier would have been the right one, and you can just come in here. Don't ever suffer in any of these poses. All right, take your armpits away from the ears and then gently rise up, and let's come back into all fours. Whew. Tuck your toes under, take a downward facing dog one more time, unravel your legs, nice and soft, pedal your feet. Fabulous. All right, now from here, let's see if we can lower to your knees one more time. Take your feet to one side, I don't mind which side you choose, and let's come in for a wide-legged seat. Just to wrap up the practice, we're going to take care of some of that side body one more time and a little twist, and then that's it for us. And you can get on with the day, you can go to bed, or perhaps you can stay and meditate or do some restorative part of the practice after this. So in your wide-legged seat, flex your toes, lengthen your spine. Let's bring the right forearm to the right thigh. Flip the palm to the sky, and then using the left hand, just open the chest towards the left foot. Now, option to stay here, or option would be to have the block on the inside and just lower that hand to that block. All right, then let's take the left hand and sweep it up and over. Wherever you are, I want you to make sure that that left arm is kind of behind your ear almost, or over the ear. Try not to let it come forward if you can help it. Of course, some of us have restrictions in the flexion of our arms, and this might be already really uncomfortable. So if that's the case, just come into seated, stay here, and just give yourself a little side body stretch from this direction. If this isn't enough for you, you can remove the block, let the arm or forearm rest on the inside, or you can even go deeper and grab hold of the toes, but continue to open the chest up to the sky. So we continue to pull from that right side of the ribs up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, unravel, bring the belly button to your spine. Let's try this on the other side. Left forearm to the thigh or the block, right arm up and over. Flexing the feet to make the legs really nice and heavy. I like to think about this sometimes as if my elbow is full of helium, it's light, and my fingers are full of lead and they're heavy. So I'm getting the angle of that opening correctly, pulling from that left rib towards the right toes, opening the chest to the sky. Maybe leaning deeper, maybe grabbing hold of the toes, but continuing to open up. On your next exhale, just bring the belly button to your spine and come back, unravel. Nice. And for that final part of the practice, I would like you to bring your feet together, legs together. Let's bring the right knee to your chest, cross that right leg over the thigh, or keep it where it is. And then option to bring that left heel to the right thigh, or keep it where it is. Wherever you are, make sure that both sit bones are beautifully grounded on the floor. That right knee is close to the chest and the left arm reaches out. Create a length through the left side of the body and then wrap the left elbow around the right thigh and begin to twist. Bringing the left ribs towards the right thigh. Just think about the sending of prana like we did earlier on. So taking inhale into your right and exhale through the left, twisting more. One more or two more times like that. If this is too much, you can interlace your hands, squeezing the forearms towards the chest, bringing that right knee in. If this isn't enough, you can always just hook that left elbow outside the right thigh. Lovely. Unravel as you exhale. Take a moment, just take your arms towards the left side of your body. And let's unravel and try that all on the other side. So legs together first. Left knee to your chest. Option to stay here, we're just going to twist here. Option to cross that left foot over the right leg. Option to stay here, we can always twist here. Or bring that right heel into the outside of the left hip. If this is you, just make sure that both sit bones touching the ground. Lengthen the right side of the body by reaching through the fingertips and then hugging that knee. As you hug that knee close to your chest, lengthen the chest. Have that pride, that dignity in being here, taking the space unapologetically. This is you, that's it. Bring the left hand behind you. You can always interlace and then twist. As you inhale to which side? I didn't hear it, but I think you said left, and that's correct. So inhale through the left, exhale through the right. Option, obviously, to just unravel that twist slightly, hugging in that leg, or of course, hooking that elbow and finding the twist. As you exhale, unravel. Nice. And then come to a seat. I'm going to seal the practice with you here. I forgot to kind of unravel your twist to look to the right. So if your spine's a little bit, twisted, just unravel it to the right slightly. All right. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Whether you're taking meditation now, you should feel a little bit more comfortable. If you're taking restorative, puddle up those bolsters and cushions and blankets and everything else and enjoy it. And if you are getting on with your day or going into bed, I hope you'll sleep really well and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for being here. Share the practice if you liked it, and if you didn't, share it even more. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic rest of the time. Namaste.